right, folks, take a look at my notebook setup right now. I have my notes taped in on page 88. I can reference those as I work, right? I have everything all accessible. I'm about to do some practice problems on page 89. I'm gonna tape down this paper to page 89. You can do what you want. Like you could just put it here, right? And then like work here and here. Or if you're like, oh, I wanna work on the whole page, that's fine. Look, you can kind of tape it like hanging off the side like this and then just fold it in. Do you? But basically, this is just a reminder about all the different things you might run into when you're working on the quadratic formula. So just go through a couple of the situations, right? First, make sure it's in standard form. So make sure the 0 is on the right, okay? Check that first. If you don't check that first, you're gonna be in bad shape because you're gonna get halfway through the problem and you're gonna realize, oh crap, and you're gonna have to start again. Then identify A, B, and C, plug them into the formula. Don't screw up the formula, that's gonna ruin everything. Then when you get to the square root, there's two possibilities. One possibility is you get to the square root and you square root it and it's a whole number, and then you're gonna do the math. You're gonna find the two rational answers. This is like, where's the problem that I just did? Oh, sorry, I lost track of it. Right here. Sorry, I had so much trouble finding that. Okay, so like this, right? If I take this square root, 289, and becomes a whole number, in this case it was 17, then I have to go and find the two numbers. Now, in Edgelastic, the way that I would put this in Edgelastic is I would enter like this. X equals the two numbers from least to greatest. So I would enter in -4, comma, 4.5, like that. That is how you're gonna enter it into Edgelastic. X equals, right, is gonna be already written, and then you're gonna type this in. Okay, so that's one possibility. The other possibility is that you're gonna take the square root of that number and it's gonna be irrational. It's gonna be like a horrible decimal. Then you're done. You don't do any more work. And what you're gonna do is in Edgelastic, that one's gonna look like this, and you are gonna type, right, it's gonna say X equals in Edgelastic, and you are gonna type this junk carefully. Okay, you gotta use the plus or minus symbol, you gotta use the square root symbol, you're gonna have to put the fraction in first, right? So when you're typing that into Edgelastic, you're gonna type fraction first. Okay, so look, right, in Edgelastic, fraction first. On the top, make sure that you use the plus or minus sign and the square root sign, and on the bottom, right, this is just gonna be a number, and a number. Okay, so just type it carefully. Okay, those are the situations you might run into. So as you're working, just make sure. First in standard form, then plug in the junk, and then what you do next depends on whether that number is rational or irrational.